Alrighty, welcome to week 5 of the Oceanink series. Only a few more weeks left actually. I think there's only 3 or so weeks left. But tonight we have Anemones Anonymous versus Squid Armada. Looking forward to these games for sure. By the way, my name is DrArkaos and I will be commentating these games tonight. We will also most likely be having another set after this as well, but that's to be announced depending on how long these matches go for. But we're going to get straight into these matches now. First map is Clam Blitz on Manta Maria, so we're going to get straight into that right now. Let's gotta make sure I've got the right thing going. Oh, getting a bit of lag there possibly. Alright, no, it's fine. Alright, let's do this. We got heavy decos coming from both sides there. Also got the Glugas there. The baller for sure. So let's see how we go. We have Wendulin here on the Squiffer. Definitely a main for Wendulin, so no surprises there. Definitely very good at using this. So the brush going down there. Both Octobrush is actually down on our team there. Seems pretty balanced initially, although oops. Do have Anemones Anonymous here. Looking like they can get a push in nearly. Red Panda here managing to get that super clam in right at the basket. And Wendulin here coming in with the baller, although that's going to drop a lot of those clams, but conveniently under the basket, so not too hard to sort of pick those up and get in the basket. But Anemones Anonymous there with a very strong start there, getting some initial points on the scoreboard. Although, as I say that, Squid Armada do already have a huge amount of map control here, so if they want to do a counter push, they'd be in a pretty decent position to do that. We have ABXY here with 8, waiting just for those couple more clams, I guess. Although he's coming under fire there near their basket. Trent there passing those final clams to get that super clam in, and as I said, Squid Armada just 2 more clams off getting the lead here. Skidan here attempting to get some bubbles there and try and push through, but not able to do that. So Squid Armada just falling a little short there of getting the lead, but very close already, so very good counter push there from Squid Armada. So Red Panda here, with the help of his teammates also, just attempting to defend there. Although they are kind of cramped up a little bit on their streets, so that possibly will give Squid Armada a bit of an advantage here in terms of being able to collect those clams in mid and try and set up a push. As I said, though, they are 2 players down though, so Anemones Anonymous there with the numbers advantage. Trent, they're taking out Red Panda, but then going down there. Down here with 8 clams and those bubbles there, manages to make that super clam and has that kind of protection there from the bubbles and able to get that super clam in to take the lead by 1 point, as Squid Armada do get some additional clams into the basket there. Still managing to sneak in a few. Pac-Man there jumping in there. Oh, and ABX, I believe that was ABXY that threw that. Doesn't quite make it into the basket though, so that is a team wipe now on Squid Armada, so that's the end to that push, and unfortunately they missed that last super clam. But now it's up to Anemones Anonymous to try and, I guess, recover now, and you know, they do have 2 super clams in their possession now, so they're really going to be trying to set up a push here as Wendulin jumps over, goes in with the baller, giving an opportunity there for teammates to jump in. Blink does go down, but Red Panda is managing to get that super clam in, but they are wiped with just one standard clam needed to get in there. They do get wiped, so just falling short of getting the lead there. Very close game though. Like it's been just, you know, a single Clam off the lead for a big part of this game here. So Anemones, Anonymous, they're kind of just bunched up in their street. They're really gonna have to try and break out here. At this point, all they need, they need a super Clam with an additional Clam to get the lead there. You know, the super Clam to remove that penalty, with just that one Clam needed to get rid of that sort of close lead there that Squid Armada have. At this point, they do have a lot of mid. Oh, it is pretty balanced as I say that. Oh, we do have someone jumping in here though. We have Skidan here jumping in. A super Clam is able to get it in. So Squid Armada there, just strengthening their lead now, and just needing 4 more Clams there to get a knockout. But with 5 seconds to go, I think they're pretty comfortable with the situation right now. And that is game 1 there to Squid Armada. Also, it is probably worth pointing out, I have not practiced with this new Spectator mode, so if anything random happens due to that, would not surprise me at all. But very nice game actually. Like for most of that game, it was very close. Just, you know, 1 point off with a little bit of penalty there. But I think that's a good initial game to start this off. I think we'll see some really good games tonight based on that, if this keeps up. Alright, so we're going to Turf War now for game 2 here on Macomart. Not quite sure what we'll see on this, to be honest. You know, it is Turf War. We do, you know, it is quite possible to see some unexpected weapon usage here. Have seen the Bob Obler though pop up quite a bit in these turf matches in a lot of these Oceanink series games. But apart from that, you know, might see some end zaps. Just the usual turf weapons really. Guess we'll see. Neither team really sure yet what they're going to run by the looks of it. No one's sort of readied up. Oh no, we have Anemones Anonymous there ready now. Or are they? They're just all unreadied. Also, I'll try and have the correct colours up on the overlay as well for this. Alright, let's get into this. Turf War on Macomart. Oh, and that's not the right colours. I think it's that one. Cool. So we do see an ends up on both sides. We also see a couple of Joys there on the side of Squid Armada. Got a charger there coming out from, what's that, Red Panda there. And also worth mentioning 2 Julies on the other side, in fact. So I guess in terms of comms, I'd say there's a little bit of balance here even, you know, you've got 1 backliner on each team and you've got 3 fairly decent turfing weapons. Zoom in on some plays here. Bit of a Julie walk going on there. But AEST does get outnumbered in that situation. Matthew there getting taken out by Skidan on the Hydra. Also managing to take out those other Julies too. He's getting chased around by that Stingray though. Oh, does survive. Does survive. They're coming out from Anemones Anonymous here. At this point, it does look somewhat balanced here. Let's just zoom out for a little bit. I mean, it does appear... Oh, actually, no, I'd say it's fairly balanced. If you look in the base of Squid Armada there. Bit of work needing to be done there, so hopefully they don't forget sort of that important area there. But they are pushing quite far onto the other side at the moment. I think they're managing to win that war with Trent. I think pushing there up to Skadan's face does do that splashdown, but decides to get out of there, which is probably a smart move. I suspect they might have been out of range otherwise. Does get taken out though in the end. So 1 minute to go. Let's take another look at the map. Looks like Squid Armada have done a little bit more work in their base, but Anemones Anonymous there, I think they've done a slightly better job of playing their base, but it is fairly even in mid at the moment, so it's really going to come down to what people do in the final minute here. Link, oh, that says about to get trapped there, but Red Panda here deciding to push right up, and nearly acts as a frontliner for now, even though he's a charger. But let's see. He's pushing right up into that spawn. Very interesting decision there, but you know, with just 10 seconds left, probably just wanting to get a little bit of turf on the other side of the map. But let's just take a look at the map right now in these closing seconds. We've got Wengelin pushing right onto the other side there. I don't think I can call this really. I know it looks slightly blue, but then you've kind of got Wengelin that was painting on the other side at the end there, so I guess we'll see. Oh, just a couple of percent there, but that is game 2 to Squid Armada. Oh, and I believe we might have had the colours reversed there, my bad. Very close game. There's only 2 or 3% in that. So again, first 2 games we've already seen some very close matches. So I hope we continue to see this. So we are going now to Piranha Pit on tower control. So interesting to see what we do. I suspect we'll see potentially similar comps from the backliners even. You know, charges, I think charges can work quite well on Tower Piranha, so we have seen charges in both of these games already, so, well, sorry, the second game rather. We did see heavy splatlings in the first game, so that's also a possibility even. Probably see some Julies too. We've seen plenty of Julies already, so would not be surprised if we saw them too, but we'll see. We'll get into this match very shortly. Oh yeah, I should probably update this as well. Oh right, I didn't update the right thing, that's fine. I'll update that after. Alright, let's get into this. Tower control, Piranha Pit. We have a charger there from Anemones Anonymous, and we do have a heavy splatling there from Squid Armada. And they're managing to take out Wengelin, and I guess just provide a bit of support there as they try and get a few points on the board. Although that Stingray is kind of forcing a few people off the tower, but now they may have an opportunity to get on. Let's go down there, deciding to retreat to use that Stingray. Does take out Wengelin again there. Also, oh, gets that assist on Matthew there. As we follow the tower progress. So, yeah, I mean, Squid Armada here, still managing to push tower somewhat comfortably, yeah, but now coming under a bit of pressure here from Wengelin and Matthew. Matthew going down, Wengelin also going down there. So Skadan going down to that roll there. And that ends up being a trade in the end. Another Stingray being brought out there. So yeah, I mean Squid Armada with an initial lead there. Not a comfortable lead though. I mean, I guess they have gotten it past that first checkpoint there, but in terms of having a comfortable lead, I'd say you want to be at least you know, past that second checkpoint even. It's very much anyone's game still with 3 minutes remaining, of course. And we're doing Matthew here, trying to keep that tower going, but does have to retreat in the end, and ends up trading there with Trent. Oh, Dynamo managing to take out the person on the tower. Dynamo very much a good choice for this map. No shortage of Stingrays, that's for sure. As Skidang here does manage to take out Matthew there. Probably, ooh, not quite able to get that second one, but it's coming under fire though from Charger there. I mean, interesting choice actually to go with the Clash Neo actually. So as we saw, this one actually has missiles and not in fact the Stingray. But you know, Anemones Anonymous already have a Stingray, so probably does make a little sense. Missiles very much a very decent special for this still, and especially those curling bombs too for a bit of extra mobility. So Squid Armada here trying to push the tower again. But basically getting it to where they got it last time before they get taken out. Well, ABXY, they're jumping on the tower with that support of the Stingray there. We have Red Pen and Link both coming in at the same time and take out ABXY. Looks like that tower may, oh yeah, looks like that tower may start heading back with Trent. They're in a 2v1 situation. Oh, it does get taken out by, I believe, the Dynamo there. So now with, I mean, that was basically a wipe on the side of Squid Armada. So Anemones Anonymous here, very much in a position to try and get some points here. And if they can get past this first checkpoint, they may even be able to get the lead. But with that stalling there from the Stingray, we see Squid Armada buying that some time and I guess stalling the tower so they can get back in time to try and stop that. So the tower is kind of sitting there, but Anemones Anonymous really trying hard to just, you know, keep that push going, but it looks like they're unable to do that in the end. The tower does end up back in mid. We do have another push attempt here with the assistance of that Stingray. Pac-Man trying to stop it there, does get taken out. Anemones Anonymous there, able to take the lead. Nice work there with just 5 seconds left. That's game. That's game 2, Anemones Anonymous. Very close game and a nice comeback there at the end. Alright, let's see if I can get these maps updated. Alright, there we go. Cool. So it is now 2-1 to Squid Armada. You know, we could very much see 9 games tonight. All 3 of these games very close indeed. I would not be surprised at all if this went to 9 matches, which I know you would all love to see. I wouldn't mind seeing some triggerfish zones myself. Alright, we're going to get into these matches very shortly. Rainmaker Sturgeon for the next map. Interesting map, this one. You know, you've got a couple of ways you can go. I mean, you can go obviously the sort of jump over to the upper left platform. I'm not really familiar with the call out there, but I'm sure we're all familiar with that. You can also go up the sponge, although not a common way you see people go. Usually you sort of go up the ramp and then across the other team's base if you're going that way. But let's see where we go. Alright, so we do have a charger on the side of Anemones Anonymous, heavy splatling on the side of Squid Armada, so those are the backliners on each team. Got those M-Parries too, fairly reliable weapon, and we're seeing that very much in the meta at the moment. So I'm sure we'll see no shortage of inkjets there, especially with that Octo shot there as well. Red Pin, they managed to take out Skadan there with a nice shot. So Link there with the assistance of the Stingray, jumping straight over to... Wow, this is a very quick push coming from Anemones Anonymous right now. Wow. That's game 4 to Anemones Anonymous. Very quick game indeed, but you know that it is Rainmaker. Didn't really see where the teammates were, whether they were down or just in other parts of the map. Perhaps not able to just get up to that upper right area in time. You know, it's very easy to do. Very easy to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time on that map for sure. But Anemones Anonymous definitely taking the more effective route there in the end. So with that being said, I'm going to be heading to Splat Zones on Murray now. I know we all love Murray. Honestly, those zones probably the better mode for the map in my opinion. That's of course just an opinion, but I'm not sure what we'll see here. I know the Explosher is quite a common weapon for this actually. Although I'm not familiar, I don't know whether any of these players actually use the Explosher, so I suspect we may just see the usual Splatling and Charger on this as well, in terms of backliners. Alright, let's get straight into this. We do see the Hydra there from Skadan. Heavy Deco, very much the sensible choice on this as well, with those bubbles to help paint the zones. So it ends up as well from both sides. Ooh, a bit of trading going on there by the looks of it. But we have 2 down on either side at the moment. Both teams getting a point or 2 on the scoreboard, but a bit of a back and forth in terms of capping each zone. You know, we're seeing one team cap one zone, another team cap the other. One team capping both for a couple of seconds, and then back it goes. Rinse and repeat. But it is 3 down though on Anemones Anonymous. So Red Panda, they're just holding back a little bit there, waiting for his team to come back in before pushing ahead. Whereas the Squid Armada continue to get points here on both zones. So Anemones Anonymous here trying to just stop that timer for now and then push into mid and try and get those zones. Matthew there throwing that rain with the bubbles there as well. It doesn't look like either of those actually able to do much on the other zone in the end, despite the fact that they were both kind of heading that direction. There's 3 down now though on Squid Armada, as Anemones Anonymous now getting comfortable push in. So Winchell and Trent there trading in the end there. Squid Armada, they're taking back both zones. They're very much back and forth at the moment. Anemones almost here, all coming in onto their snipe. ABXY there, even though in a 2v1 situation, still managed to take out one of them and survives. Although he's getting outranged a bit there by Matthew, so possibly getting outnumbered now. But nonetheless, still manages to survive that. So ABXY doing a fine job of, you know, putting pressure on that snipe now and just takes out Wenjuan too. My goodness. So ABXY doing a fine job of keeping that aggression going for Squid Armada. That being said there, and Anemones Anonymous there do manage to stop the timer for at least a little bit. It does look like Squid Armada going to take back the zone there. Anemones Anonymous really do. I mean, they're not in an advantageous position right now. With just a few seconds left, it's going to be very difficult for them to get this now, and it is Game 5 to Squid Armada. Alrighty, we're just waiting on one more person here to ready up, and we'll get into some Clam Blitz on Muscle Forge. Wait a second. Oh right, sorry, I didn't update something. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's get into this. Clam Blitz, Muscle Forge. Alrighty, so we do see the custom jet sculpture, custom joys as well. Anemones Anonymous there. Plenty of range, that's for sure, on that side. Do have the heavy deco, those bubbles as well. Definitely a good map for those bubble pushes, especially across the bridge there, so I suspect we'll definitely see that this game. But we have 2 down on Squid Armada there. Let's get down there, bring out those bubbles as I said across that bridge. And they do have plenty of clams, but I'm not sure if they were quite ready there with a super clam to push across during that, you know, that bubble push. ABXY, they managing to go down there with that super clam. Got Trent there, just seeing that one more clam here to try and get in, but Red Panda, they're coming to defend that. So I suspect that didn't quite go to plan. Maybe a bit of miscommunication, who knows, but I think they're coming with that baller across that bridge, but not able to make much of it as he gets chased out by those 3 members of Squid Armada there. Trent there, going straight for the basket with that super clam, gets it in. And with ABXY here carrying plenty of clams that he get in, as well as Skadan there backing him up. Trent attempting to sneak in a few more, but does go down in the end there as Anemones Anonymous push in to defend that. And just like that, Squid Armada is wiped, so let's see whether Anemones Anonymous here can actually get a push in now. do have a Super Clam ready, but do have Squid Armada here all coming in at once, so it's going to be very challenging for them. We do have Link though coming with the ball there, under that basket. And are they going to jump in? Yes they are. Wendulin jumps in and straight away gets that in before going down. But that's already an into that push for Anemones Anonymous there. We have Trent there. Oh, we have Trent and Pac-Man both going there with Super Clam, but Trent goes down. Pac-Man is able to get in, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do much more with that push either, as most of them will go down there in the end. So now it's going to be up to Anemones Anonymous to try and get something going here with Red Panda with Super Clam. I suspect if they coordinate this well, we might see another baller push. We do have Matthew there with a Super Clam as well. So if I was Anemones Anonymous right now, I would be trying to get in a ball push and doing what they did earlier with getting people to jump in, but you have Link there. Link there going in with a baller. I suspect we're going to see both of those Super Clams jump in now if this goes well. Link does choose to go the other way. We do see those two players jumping in. Well, we see three jumping in. Oh, okay. Well, they managed to get two in at least. Bit of interesting actions happening there. Was a bit of an awkward spot, to be honest, sort of landing right in front of that platform. Makes it very difficult to try and rush in that Super Clam as you jump in, so not at all surprised at that. But nonetheless, they managed to take the lead from that, so Anemones Anonymous here, we're trying to maintain that lead as Squid Armada here now. Trying to prepare a push. They do have a lot of control of mid right now. They do have they do have a Super Clam with a couple more nearly ready. We've got those bubbles coming across under the basket. ABXY there, using those to protect themselves and gets that Super Clam in. And we see a lot more clams going to the basket now. And just like that, that is game 6 to Squid Armada. I don't think we've really had a game that hasn't been close yet, to be honest. I mean, apart from maybe Murray Zones, but... Oh, and actually Rainmaker too, now I think about it. But in most cases, very close games. Especially that one. We saw some very nice coordinated pushes there. Loved that one there from Anemones Anonymous, those three balls coming in. Unfortunately didn't go too well. They still got two in, so that's something at least. But yeah, Squid Armada, they're just managing to seal a deal at the end. We are moving on now to Tower on Arowana more. Yeah, I think we'll see the usual backliners, of course. Arowana more definitely favouring the backliners more so than on other maps. So they are ready already. Quick ready up there. They must have had their comps prepared beforehand. Let's get straight into this. Tower control on Arowana. Oops, may have wrong colours here actually. I think it's that one actually. Alright, cool. So it looks like they are running pretty similar comps to the Piranha Pit tower on the side of Anemones Anonymous in particular. Pretty similar comp, I think, from Squid Armada. I think they might have swapped out a couple of weapons though for this map. We do have Trent here now riding the tower to try and get some initial points on the scoreboard. Link though with that dynamo pressuring the tower, as well as Red Panda there too with that charger off the ledge. Anemones Anonymous doing a pretty good job of defending that small push there. So Red Panda, they're bringing out that Stingray, trying to take out ABXY. ABXY does appear to go down to that. You have Skadan there in an awkward spot as well for that Stingray, so it also goes down to Stingray there. bit difficult to avoid that, to be honest. Being on the grates there, didn't really have much choice by the looks of it. But we do have enemies Anonymous here making a push for it. Not getting it very far either, but nonetheless able to take the lead from that. Link getting on the tower though to keep that tower going. Does go down though. And Trent's getting on there to burst that, as it looks like Squid Armada are kind of pushing into their court now. Getting why they're managing to take out his Julies. And it looks like they're going to climb up this upper ledge here to try and deal with all this pressure from above. Not quite able to do that in time though, as the players on the tower go down there. Squid Armada here. A few points ahead, but still pretty much anyone's game. No team have really gotten past that first checkpoint yet, so a lot of back and forth here. I honestly cannot, like, these matches are very unpredictable. That's how close they are at this point. But Skadan here on the ledge here, just trying to stop that tower from continuing. Doing a very good job at it too. Bring out a Stingray as well, so for sure stalling that tower even more. This tower in fact goes back into mid there. So at this point, Squid Armada, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a comfortable lead, but it's a lead, and you know, they do have a little bit more map control here as well. I feel like they've got the slight edge with the aggression there. As I said, though, they do go 2 down, so maybe I shouldn't have spoken at that point. But that will give Anemones Anonymous there a chance to try and get back that lead, which all they really have to do is just get to that first checkpoint and just hold it for a few seconds on there to try and get that at this point. So I think they're bringing out that Stingray as well. Getting on that tower as well with the Stingray. But not in the best situation right now. Is coming under a lot of pressure there as Matthew and Link both go down the tower there. Wenjun jumping on to try and... Wow. If Wenjun had survived that for just a second longer after jumping in, that could have quite possibly taken the lead. They did equal that score, but because of how the game works, you have to actually overtake the other team's score for that to be a lead. Otherwise, you do lose a point there. So there's just 1 point in this at this point. Anemones Anonymous here with 1 minute to go. Trying to get another push in. Happy they're doing a job. Skadan there, bringing out the Stingray at the right time, stalling that tower. Link trying to get on it, but does go down. Matthew there. There are a couple of there was a couple of Squid Armada people there. Matthew's still on the tower though. If he can survive it for just goes down as well. Oh my goodness, this is way too intense. Like, oh my goodness, Red Panda. Nah, Red Panda goes down. Oh no, Red Panda's still alive. Sorry, it was Wenjun that went down there. Oh my goodness, they are really trying to get that lead here. There's not much in it, but at this point, all they can really do is just keep trying to jump in. But you know, it's Squid Armada there with just 10 seconds left of doing a great job at just stopping that, defending it, and just turning it around with those closing seconds there. So looks like that will be game 7 to Squid Armada. Very close game. I honestly thought Anemones Anonymous could pull that off. Like, that tower was sitting just a couple points off there for quite a while, so... But unfortunately for them, not quite able to do that in the end. But I love how close these games are. And in fact, that is this set, in fact. I believe that's correct. Yeah, just Squid Armada. So well played on their part. Well played on both teams, of course. Oops, that's a bit loud. Well played on both sides. It's also very close games. Even though it was 2-5, I thought that was pretty balanced though a lot of the time. So very well played from both teams.